Juan here, and in this video, I'm going to go over an SEO tutorial for beginners, essentially the ultimate SEO blueprint, how to rank #1 on Google. So I'm going to walk you through step by step the different ranking factors that allow you to rank at the very top of Google's first page, so you can get free promotion, get a ton of organic traffic from people that are actually looking for, right, that are searching for your product or service. So the way that we're going to go about this is I've laid this out in different sections. So the first section, we're going to go over what exactly is SEO, how does it work, what's the actual intent behind it, and primarily in this tutorial, we're going to focus on SEO for Google because it's the #1 actual search engine on the market, right? I mean, you have Yahoo and Bing, and they still do have some traffic, but and actual the factors are going to be pretty similar here, but I know because Google is the #1, they're going to be a little bit more stringent, and they're going to have a little bit more kind of factors that come into play when it comes to ranking on the first page. So we're going to go through the different Google ranking factors. We're going to go through step 2 within the keyword research process. We're going to find money keywords, which is essentially your most profitable keywords for people that are actually going to be typing into Google that are actually looking for your services, right? There's different types of search intent when it comes to keywords, and we'll go over those as well. Some people may be just searching for information and looking just to get some data, while other people are actually looking to buy a product or a service, and they've already done their research. Now it's just a matter of, hey, I just need to find this product. I want it. I know that I want it. I know that I need it. Let me just go ahead and type it in and go through the checkout process. So we're going to also go through keyword research tools. A lot of different tools I like to use. SEMrush, and then actually the Moz keyword planner. We'll go over all of those in great detail, and just want to kind of give you an overview here. So step 3, competitive research. One of the best ways to really go about developing an SEO strategy, whether you're a local business, national business, is literally going onto Google and typing in the keywords that you want to rank for and looking at who's at the very top. Typically, I like to look at the top 3 searches in the organic listings and look at, okay, what are these guys doing here? They obviously have the winning formula, and so all we really need to do is look at the competition, look at all their different ranking factors that we know Google looks at, which I'm going to walk you through here in this video. Just a quick overview of some of the simple factors that we look at for ranking on Google. Page title. Do they have the right keywords on their page title? Do they have the right meta description? How powerful is their site? How many backlinks do they have? Right? All of these different factors that we're going to walk through here is easily going to make us be able to rank in front of our competition, because we are able to figure out and find out through Google what exactly these guys are doing, what is their strategy, and then we can essentially emulate them to an extent, right? Go and look at different links that they have on certain websites and even get some of those, but add some of our own unique twist and kind of unique, methodology for actually taking them over and beating them. So I'm going to show you a lot of different tools here to really kind of gauge the competition, figure out what exactly these guys are doing, your competition, and be able to reverse engineer them. So we're going to be looking at their backlinks when we're doing research there for the competition, and then anchor text. The anchor text is a big deal there, because what that is essentially the actual words, keywords that are actually used to link back to your site. So if somebody has, let's say, a word, click here, or best dog training, or whatever that may be, right? Whatever keyword it is that is actually highlighted and actually links back to your site, that is essentially giving Google a signal saying this website over here, this page over here, is about whatever this keyword is about, right? If it's, let's say, best dog training, and you have a dog training site, that's going to give you juice, it's going to give you power, but it's really important to not overdo that and over optimize the anchor text, because you could get hit with the penalty. You could get actually your site set up to the point where it's not available in the search rankings, and you can actually get pushed back to different pages on the search results, because you are essentially, quote unquote, trying to game the system. Okay, and so it's really important that you follow Google's guidelines and you essentially try to stay under the radar, but really just providing valuable content, providing a great user experience to your user base. That's really what Google's looking for, right? Because their main intent is to place people at the top of their first page for specific keywords, and for essentially giving their users the best quality type of information. If somebody is looking for how to build a deck, right, or how to put together a fence, or whatever it may be, Google's going to show up, going to promote actually those that they deem to be the most authoritative, the most credible, and the most relevant, right, choices at the very top. Because could easily be thousands, if not millions, of pages about that same exact topic, how to build a deck. But what makes those top three able to, again, essentially get up there to the top of Google and get that, fair share of traffic? Well, they're the most trusted, they're the most authoritative, and they're the most relevant according to Google based on that particular subject. So the next we're going to be focused on here is number 4, which is the on-page optimization. So this is essentially where we're able to tell Google, okay, this is what my site is about. We're going to go over the site structure, the URL structure, how to properly set up content so that you have the right keywords in your actual content, and also all throughout your content with the H1, H2, H3, and essentially how to put together a piece of content that is going to allow Google to find it and deem it to be an authoritative subject. So the next area we're going to focus on is the site linking strategy. So one of the first things that you can do right out of the gate for your website, if it's brand new, is start interlinking your pages and content posts. Because what ends up happening is that just right out of the gate, if you have a bunch of content, blog posts, different pages, you want to be able to interlink them, because number one, it provides a great user experience, right? That's one of the things that we want to do with actual, our website, is providing the visitor, the user, a great user experience so that things are easy to find. It's easy to navigate through the different pages in your content. And while you're doing that, it's actually passing juice to all your different pages and through your whole entire domain. So that's really important there. Also, we're going to talk about, actually linking out to different pages that are niche relevant, authoritative within your content as well, because it's just a natural type of way of going about creating content, because you're citing different sources out there, and it's telling Google and showing Google, okay, you know what? These other credible sources are also what I recommend. And when they're going out to very highly authoritative sites, Wikipedia, maybe Forbes, all these kind of big news publication sites are good ones to link out to. It really just gives you the credibility from these other guys, and it shows that, hey, I'm just trying to put together the best possible piece of content here, that my user, whoever the user that's landing on my website, can take advantage of and get the most amount of information. Okay, number 5. This is the off-page optimization. So the power of links. I mean, this is really the number one factor here for ranking in Google, is making sure that your site is getting links to your domain, right? Your actual home domain, and then your actual pages. individual pages that you want to rank. Now, if you think about SEO as kind of like a popularity contest, okay, that is really kind of the best way that I would really like to kind of think about SEO, and like to think about SEO in kind of layman's terms. So because SEO is one of those topics that can get quite complex, okay? It can get very, very technical. You have all these different things like schema, structured data, all these technical, terms and factors that, are important as well. But the biggest thing here is understanding that links coming back to your site, increasing your popularity, getting other sites that are niche related, right? That are relevant to what you have, your topic about, right? Is going to be the most important there as far as ranking factors, because just because you have your site, properly with the right kind of content and is properly optimized with your on-page content and all this stuff, you're not going to show up on the first page of Google, right? You just done half the battle. You've set up your on-page correctly. You get the right keywords on there. You get the right content, right page title, URL, all of that. You have that, but just because you do that, that does not really tell you that you're going to rank on Google. It just says that, hey, my site is properly optimized. But once you are able to add on the element of links coming back to your site because of your site already being actually optimized on page, that's where the magic happens there. That's where your site becomes more credible, more authoritative, right, and more trustworthy in Google's eyes, so that you can get pushed up to the top of the search engines, right? Because let's say you do an on-page optimization for your website and you have specific keywords that you want to rank for. You may, right out of the gate, be on page 10, 12, 15 for that particular keyword. But once you get those links coming in, right, once you get those links that are powering your page or your website, whatever you're trying to rank, then you're telling Google, hey, this site is authoritative, it's trustworthy, and then that's where you start climbing up in the different pages, right? I also recommend you use like a keyword tracking tool to really kind of see the results in the increase in ranking, to be able to follow kind of, what you've done and be able to emulate that. Okay, so we're going to go over really the different types of links. So the editorial links from like different types of news publications are going to be the most powerful. So because if you think about it, like let's say anybody can go up and put up a blog on XYZ content, and then you'll get links. You can easily get links. Those are PBNs, which we'll talk about later. But the most powerful types of links are editorial. So like education-based websites, and especially if they are niche related. But the other type of powerful link is niche. So you have a website about dog products, right? That you're trying to sell, different dog products to, like an e-commerce store. Well, if you are able to get links back to your dog product store from blogs that are related to dog stuff, right? Dog training, dog information, types of dogs. If all those types of websites are able to link back to your website, you're getting now more trust, more credibility, more authority, and now you'll be able to jump up into the search rankings and be able to show up, higher positions. So buying links, I'm going to also give you some resources on that. That is, quote unquote, a gray area, because you're supposed to, I guess, from what Google says, earn these links and not pay people to buy links. Honestly, it's a gray area, because in a sense, the way that you can look at it is you're promoting, right, your website, and promotion, PR, right, that costs money, right? Nothing's really free. So it all really depends on how you look at it. I mean, I've done links where I've bought links. So you got to kind of look at it from the fact that you're really just doing kind of PR, okay? And private blog networks. So this is a really kind of gray area here, and it still works. It's been around since the beginning of time, really, for SEO. And the way that these work is essentially you will find websites, or not really websites, but more of domains that people have kind of let go by the wayside, have let expire, or are, going to be expiring soon. And you can buy these domains from certain websites. I think there's one called Domain Cop. There's another one, GoDaddy. And there's just several different sites where you can go and actually bid on domains that are expiring or have expired. And what you can do is recreate that website and maybe name it a different type of subject or different type of content. The better these work is when you are able to have like a niche relevant type of PBN. So you have a product store that is selling dog products, right? And you go and you find a old website that was about dog training or the different types of dogs. You can go and recreate that website and add some of your own content and then link back from that dog training domain that you just bought and set it up like an actual blog and everything, and then have that link back to your money site, quote unquote, that allows you to get now juice and power from that private blog network. So that's essentially what you're doing, is you're essentially able to set up different types of blogs that are all kind of niche related to your product or service, and be able to have those linking back to your website so you can get more juice, more power, and be able to push you up in the search rankings.